Welcome to my channel, The Stoic Way. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked into a woman's eyes and felt like there was something deeper hiding behind her smile? Something you just couldn't reach no matter how close you got? Maybe she laughed at your jokes, texted you late at night, even hinted she liked you, yet somehow she stayed just out of reach. Like there's an invisible wall between what she says and what she truly feels. That invisible wall, men, is what separates the average guy from the man who truly gets women. And today, I'm going to hand you 3 questions that, if you ask them the right way, can unlock her deepest attraction for you. These aren't pickup lines, they're psychological keys. Ask them with the right tone, and she'll feel something she can't explain, but she'll want to be around it again. Before we go deeper, take a second, hit that subscribe button, tap like, and turn on the bell, because what I'm about to tell you, no one really teaches men, not schools, not society, not even most relationship experts. But once you understand how these questions work, you'll never see female attraction the same way again. See, women aren't drawn to men because of looks or status alone. They're drawn to emotional intelligence, your ability to make her feel seen, safe, and stimulated all at once. And most men never do that. They try to impress, dominate, or play it cool. But when you know how to ask, not demand, not guess, but ask, everything changes. The right question isn't just words. It's emotional chemistry disguised as conversation. So what's really happening when you ask the right kind of question? Her brain lights up literally. The emotional centers where memory, desire, and trust are built start firing. She starts associating you with that emotional spark. It's subconscious, but it's powerful. She starts opening up, and the more she opens up, the more connected she feels. Attraction isn't just built on how she sees you, it's built on how she feels around you. And when you ask these 3 specific questions, each designed to pull a different emotional lever, you'll notice something almost eerie. Her body language softens, her tone deepens, and her guard melts. She's not pretending anymore. She's feeling. And that's the moment real attraction begins. Now let's get into the first question, the one that unlocks emotional vulnerability, the seed of genuine connection. The first question is deceptively simple, but its impact runs deep. It's this: what do you wish people understood about you, but they never seem to get right? When you ask a woman this, you're not just making small talk. You're doing something most men never do. You're giving her emotional permission to reveal herself, and that right there is rare. Most men try to win attraction by proving something: status, confidence, power. But attraction isn't built when a woman is analyzing you. It's built when she's reflecting on herself in your presence. You become the emotional mirror she didn't know she needed. Here's what's happening psychologically. When she hears that question, her mind immediately searches for something meaningful, something personal, and the very act of searching creates vulnerability. Vulnerability builds trust. Trust builds connection. And connection, my friend, is the foundation of attraction. She begins associating you with emotional safety because you made her feel seen without judgment. That's what pulls her in. But here's the key. You can't just ask it and move on. You have to listen. Don't jump in with advice or comparisons. Let silence do the heavy lifting. Because when she's talking about something real, every second of silence feels like validation. It tells her, this man isn't just hearing me, he's feeling me. And that's the moment emotional chemistry begins to take control. Most men never awaken this kind of energy because they remain on the surface. Compliments, jokes, playful flirting, these things may work briefly, but they never build depth. This question does. It opens a psychological doorway that, once crossed, quietly shifts how she perceives you. She no longer places you in the category of just another man. You become different. You become the exception. And this is what deep attraction feels like to a woman. It isn't excitement alone, it's safety, intertwined with intrigue. You're the man who makes her feel secure enough to open up, yet intriguing enough to keep her curious. That balance is magnetic. Now, before we go to the second question, let me give you a warning. Don't fake this. Don't use it to manipulate because women can feel authenticity. If your curiosity is real, her heart opens. If it's fake, her guard doubles. The goal here isn't control, it's connection. The second question builds something most men completely overlook: emotional polarity. It's what transforms you from a man she enjoys talking to into a man she can't stop thinking about. Ready? Here it is. When do you feel most alive? That question is powerful because it doesn't ask for information. It awakens emotion. When you ask a woman when she feels most alive, her brain doesn't process it logically. It travels straight into memory, pulling moments filled with passion, adventure, or peace. Her body responds to those memories. Her tone softens. Her breathing changes. Her eyes light up. You've just connected to the emotional frequency where attraction lives. Now, here's why this works. Most men ask questions that keep her in her head. What do you do? Where are you from? What kind of guys do you like? All logical, all predictable. But women fall for how a man makes them feel, not for how well he interviews them. When you make her revisit the moments that make her feel alive, you become linked to those emotions. It's psychology. Her brain pairs you with that feeling. That's how real chemistry is born. But again, tone is everything. Ask it gently with real curiosity, not interrogation. Hold eye contact just long enough to show presence, but not so long it feels like a stare down. Let your energy say, I want to understand what moves you. When she starts to answer, don't rush in. Let her speak. When she finishes, lean slightly closer. Smile softly and say something like, that's interesting. I can actually see that when you talk about it. That validation makes her feel emotionally seen and physically safe. Here's the secret layer most men miss. When you ask about her feeling alive, you're also subtly introducing a test, whether she's living her truth or hiding behind a version of herself. If she talks about small, safe things, it shows she's still guarded. If she talks about risk, purpose, or emotion, you're tapping into her deeper core. Either way, you win because now you see her in ways most never do, and that's when attraction transforms. She stops thinking of you as someone she met. She starts feeling like she's known you for years. That's the emotional bridge that bypasses logic and anchors desire. The third question is the one that quietly flips the entire dynamic. It moves her from seeing you as someone she's connecting with to someone she's beginning to feel drawn toward. It's subtle, powerful, and deeply psychological. Here it is. What kind of moments make you lose track of time? Now pause for a second and think about what that question does. It doesn't ask her to think. It asks her to feel. Her mind will wander toward memories that blend joy, curiosity, desire, and peace. Maybe she remembers a late-night conversation, a road trip, a sunset, a dance, or even something small and personal she's never told anyone. Whatever it is, that memory brings her into a soft emotional state where her guard fades and her authentic self steps forward. And in that moment, you become part of that feeling. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Her nervous system begins to relax. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her attraction response awakens. It's not about looks or money. It's about energy. You become the man who doesn't chase her walls. You dissolve them because that question tells her something powerful without you ever saying it. You're not trying to impress me, you're trying to understand me. That's the rarest kind of attention a woman can receive and the most addictive. Psychologically, you're activating what's known as the associative emotional loop. Her brain starts to connect the comfort of her favorite memories to your presence. It's not manipulation, it's resonance. You're not forcing anything. You're simply creating emotional safety, curiosity, and depth at the same time. Now, here's a small but crucial detail. After she answers, don't rush to share your own story. Let the moment breathe. Hold eye contact, nod slowly, and say something like, "That actually says a lot about you." In that instant, you validate her emotions without judgment or hidden intent. That single line builds an invisible form of intimacy, the kind that doesn't require touch to be felt. And here's the twist. Once she opens up at that level, her attraction toward you stops being logical. It shifts into emotional imprinting. You leave behind a psychological signature she won't easily forget. Because from that moment on, whenever she feels that same depth again, her subconscious quietly associates it with you. Now that you know the three questions, this is where everything either clicks or collapses. Because it's never the questions themselves that unlock attraction, it's the energy behind them. You can memorize every word I've said, but if you ask from a place of fear, ego, or validation seeking, she'll feel it instantly. Women are emotional detectors. They don't listen to your words, they tune into your energy. If your tone says, "Please like me," she'll disconnect. But if your tone says, "I see you and I'm grounded in who I am," she'll lean in. That's why the secret to making these questions work is to master presence. Presence means your attention is fully with her, not in your head, not in your insecurities, not rehearsing your next line. You're simply there. It's rare, and women crave it more than they'll ever admit. When she senses your presence, her nervous system relaxes, her walls lower. She starts matching your calm, and the more centered you are, the more her emotions rise toward you. But here's the truth most men ignore. Attraction built through presence isn't about performing. It's about listening with intention. It's noticing her eyes when she talks about something that matters. It's pausing before you reply because you actually want to understand her, not just say the right thing. That pause, those 2 seconds of genuine silence, communicate more than compliments ever could. Presence is magnetic because it tells her, "I don't need your approval to be here. I choose to be." And that choice creates emotional polarity. She feels safe, but also challenged. She senses confidence without arrogance. That's when the attraction stops being casual. It becomes psychological bonding. Now, once you've built that connection, you don't chase it. You protect it. You don't overact, overshare, or over-explain. The more secure you are in your energy, the more space you allow her to miss you. Let her come towards you emotionally. That's not playing games, it's giving attraction room to breathe. Every question you ask should be grounded in curiosity, not control. You're not trying to get a reaction. You're trying to understand the soul behind the surface. That's the shift that separates ordinary men from unforgettable ones. Now let's bring it all together. You've learned the three questions that unlock a woman's deepest attraction: how to see her beyond her surface, how to awaken her emotions, and how to leave a mark that lingers in her mind. But here's the part most men miss. Real connection isn't about technique, it's about state. You can't fake grounded energy, emotional calm, or masculine certainty. Those things are felt, not spoken. When you carry yourself like a man who doesn't need attention, but still offers presence, women sense it before you even say a word. Think of it like this. Every woman is subconsciously scanning for two things: Safety and spark. Safety tells her, yo, I can trust this man with my truth. Spark tells her, this man could change my world. Most men offer one or the other. The grounded ones are safe but dull. The bold ones are exciting but unreliable. The rare man, the one who truly captivates her, is both. He's emotionally secure, but he has fire in his eyes. He listens like he cares, but he looks at her like he sees all of her. That combination disarms her defenses and awakens her curiosity. And that's where these questions become your bridge. They aren't pickup tools, they're emotional doors. When you ask her what people misunderstand about her, you show empathy. When you ask her when she feels most alive, you create connection. And when you ask her what makes her lose track of time, you trigger deep emotional recall. But when you do all three from a place of calm self-assurance, you become unforgettable. So before you walk away, from this video, ask yourself, am I the kind of man who makes women feel safe enough to open up or pressured to perform? Am I listening to understand or to be impressive? Because women don't fall for perfection. They fall for truth, consistency, and presence. Start applying this today. Try one of these questions the next time you're with a woman. Without expectation, without overthinking, just curiosity and calm energy. Watch her eyes shift. Watch her soften. That's attraction at its purest form, emotional resonance. Thanks for watching. If you found like this video, please press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel, The Stoic Way. Thank you.